Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome back. It's another year. It's another show. It's the Geekonomics podcast. Marc and Bryon here. We're going to talk all things going on in the year 2023.
Well, things we are looking forward to.
Yeah, well, I think that's kind of established. Like, we're not going to talk about random movies that we don't care about.
I hope not. But yes, things we in the past.
I mean, they might be things that one of us cares about, the other one doesn't. But you know,
in the past, we've gone the rabbit hole. We're just listing off things and
I made sure.
Why are we listing these things off?
I tunnel visioned the stuff this time, so we should be good to go.
That's good. So, how was your New Year's, Marcus?
Better than my Christmas. If anyone follows me on the Facebook, everyone heard Claire took a bad step off a step, leaving our garage. She broke her leg, so we spent Christmas in the hospital. But New Year's was great. We had all our Christmases with everybody to kind of make up for the Christmas lost, kind of. And I made my first ever prime rib roast.
Ooh,
yeah, turned out really good.
So you're the cook. You're the cooking of the house now.
I'm the everything at the house right now.
Yeah.
So just getting through that, dealing with that. Got some cool stuff from my sibs, a lot of D&D stuff. I finally my brother got me. I have him here by my table. That's right, he's mine. I got the R2D2 dice.
Ooh, those are nice.
From Forged.
Wow.
So pretty excited about that. And then my brother randomly was out. I knew you'd get a kick out of this. Randomly out shopping for other things, and came across this zombie miniature, but the name on the miniature, let's see if I can see it.
Oh God,
Mark the Zombie.
Mark, he had to get it for you.
So it's just this random zombie that has my name on it.
Oh, you can use it for D&D.
Yeah. So if my character turns into a zombie,
there you go.
Pull that out.
And we're playing this Saturday.
We are.
Holy smokes, 6 weeks has passed that quickly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah. Me too. And we're gonna be missing. Well, are you going?
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
After much consternation and discussion, Claire and I decided that she can handle. She's able to get up on her own now and go back and forth to the bathroom and move around a little bit. So
yeah.
So she's a little bit more mobile than she was last week. So
yeah, I'm sure she'll by the end of the month, hopefully she'll be back on her feet.
Hopefully,
right?
Hopefully that's the hopes. First post-surgery appointments on the 10th. So
wow. All right. Well, we're all sending good vibes towards Claire's way.
Yes.
For a speedy recovery.
Yes.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, hopefully you have a better year. Fresh year, 2023.
Yes, I could definitely take a better year than last year.
And we celebrated Jeremy Hutzel's 42nd birthday.
Yes. At the home of the artisanal cheese plate.
Yeah. Where they don't.
I think Jeremy Hutzel.
I think
artisanal cheese plate and fresh salumi.
Well, the funny part is they got really upset about the cupcakes, but
I don't think they got upset about the cupcakes. I think the person that was waiting the table got upset about the cupcakes. And to be quite honest, I thought about on the drive home. For a person who used to work at a restaurant, I was kind of surprised you weren't so accommodating.
Why? I was accommodating. I don't work there, so I showed.
No, the group I'm surprised the group wasn't more accommodating. I blame Rocky. Rocky was the bad influence.
Listen, my opinion, generally, restaurants, I've worked in plenty of restaurants where people have called up, asked a question about bringing a cake, and generally it's always been okay.
Yeah.
And the fact that they did ask and they were told it was okay.
Yeah. It seemed like that one waitress didn't want to deal with it.
I don't know. Neither here nor there do I know.
I mean, it's not like we were in the restaurant and we were in the lobby. So
yeah,
I feel like it would have been fine.
And there were mini cupcakes.
I was tempted to say something, but I was already in a I was already in a mood, so I didn't want to like cause a scene. But I was like, I mean, it's like we're in the restaurant. We're just sitting in your lobby. I mean, if you'd sat us in an actual, but I guess it's because Dan said there were 16 people coming. So
Yeah, yeah. 16 seems absorbently a lot.
I don't know who he thought was coming.
But anyway, we didn't have big cupcakes. We had mini ones.
Yeah.
And they don't sell cupcakes there. I get it.
If you don't sell dessert at all, then I don't think you have any basis to say you can't bring food in.
And they were told we could.
Yeah.
The day before.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was still a good time. Needless to say, of Cupcake Gate.
Yes.
We'll call it Cupcake Gate.
Cupcake Gate, as I call it. Yes.
But anyway, it was still a good time. Jeremy, we actually haven't gotten together for a Hutzel birthday since before COVID.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah.
This is the first one. Last year we played board games at his house the day after, like on New Year's Day. We went over and played board games with him. But yeah, it was nice to see everybody. An old friend, my friend Kate from high school. I haven't seen her since the media play video, which if you're friends with me, you've seen the media play video of Star Wars. But I haven't seen her in a very long time. It was a great time. It was a good time. We poked fun at Dan a little bit about some of the stuff he said, which was fun. But needless to say, we had a great time. Jeremy Hutzel has now turned 42. We are all in our 40s, I think. Is John turning? No, John turned 40.
He turned 40.
Yeah, like 2 years ago. It's crazy to think that we are all middle-aged, but I don't feel middle-aged. It's weird. It's weird. Anywho, and it was great to see Tig, John's little son. It was great to see him. I can't believe he's 3. Holy smokes, time's flying by.
I know. I remember being at his baby shower.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? We're all at the baby shower.
We were tying the diapers.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, Marcus, before we get into what we're looking forward to in 2023, that's our news. I really don't have much news.
Well, besides the Jeremy Renner situation.
He got hit by a snowplow, which is very dangerous. If you're out there, please be careful. He's lucky to be alive. I guess he had leg surgery. He's out of it. I don't know if he's still in critical or not.
I guess it wasn't the snowplow part that hit him. It was like the treads of the snowcat that he had that like run over his leg. So it's not as bad. I mean, it's still terrible, but I mean,
he was in
the
critical
snowblower
condition.
part had hit his leg, they would just chew his leg up like a meat tenderizer.
Right. Do you remember? This is going to go back and way back, and I don't know how many people listening are going to care, but it's an interesting story, and it's always be careful and always, be aware of your surroundings. If it's really bad outside, just don't go out there. Wait until the storm is over.
Yeah.
But we work at Stafford Speedway.
Yes.
The groundskeeper, who was a really funny guy. Rudy. I don't know if he's still alive or not.
No, he passed away years ago.
So Rudy was this older
gentleman. He wasn't a young guy. So.
Yeah, but he was a really sharp guy. He was really funny. Well, one day he was mowing the lawn on a gigantic riding mower like he normally would.
And turned like in one of the turns, it's got like an embankment of the dirt that up to the track. So it was
flipped over.
Grass. Yeah.
Took off his leg.
Yeah.
And then the remaining of his life, he had one leg. And he had to hobble around on crutches or crazy. And like obviously new technologies have come out to prevent things like this. But still, I mean, things can happen in the blink of an eye.
Even the actor who played Chekhov in the newer Star Trek movies.
Yeah.
In his driveway, went to go get his mail, and his car fell out of gear and backed into him.
Pinned him. Right.
Yeah. So
be careful.
Walking down the stairs from your garage from your house to your garage.
Right. So Jeremy Reiner and your wife have something in common.
Doing karaoke at Chi-Chi's and just trying to mimic Elvis's stance. You could break a leg. So
yeah. So be careful out there, folks.
It can happen anytime.
Be careful.
Yeah.
So I saw a few things. You saw a few things. I'm glad you saw Glass Onion because we both saw it.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's start off with Glass Onion before we get into everything else. Did you see the first one? Did you see
Yeah, Knives Out, yeah.
Knives Out?
Yeah.
For me, I really enjoyed it. It wasn't as good as the first one, but it was still super enjoyable. I mean, what were your
to me, it
thoughts?
was like after finding out the information I found out after seeing it, it was definitely a setup for the new series that's coming on Netflix. They're putting a Knives Out series.
Well, from my knowledge, Ryan Johnson said he just started writing the third movie.
I don't think he's writing it or directing it. It's a different person. But Natasha Leone, who was in the Zoom call scene with Angela Lansbury while he was in the tub.
Yeah.
She's gonna be in it, from what I understand.
Oh, so it's gonna be Daniel Craig's not gonna be in it. It's gonna be
no. It's like
it's gonna fail. It's gonna fail. Let's put it that way. If it doesn't have Daniel Craig, no one's gonna give two shits. I hate to be that guy, but come on now. It'll fail. It's just like that Witcher spinoff that just came out that is getting panned. It's not going to do well. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Glass Onion was really enjoyable. I really loved Janelle Monáe. She was fantastic.
Oh, she was great. And then, like, I wasn't like a huge fan of hers going into it. Like, I never really knew anything much about her, so it was like not really. But I was like, wow, she's really good.
I just started discovering her music. I had no idea she was a musician. Her music's awesome. I've been really enjoying it. The only reason I know, I'm on the SNL subreddit, and someone said that she was musical guest and Edward Norton was the host. Years and years ago. And I was like, oh shit. So overall, highly recommend it if you need something to watch. It's a shame that it was only in the theater for like 1 week. I think if this movie had stayed in the theater, it would have made some money. It did pretty well, but for some reason Netflix was like, we're gonna put it in the theater for like a week, and then we're taking it, and it's gonna come on Netflix the week of Christmas. But I can't wait for the third one. I think Daniel Craig is amazing as his character. I want more of him. I think I love the twists and turns of this movie. Edward Norton was great to see.
Yeah, the third movie will also be on Netflix because Netflix had landed the 2 sequels.
Yeah.
So.
Which is great. Keep it a Christmas movie. I enjoy it. I like when it comes out on Christmas break. Dave Bautista was really good too, surprisingly. He was really good.
He's a very good actor. He's done a very good job.
Oh, I know. Ever since Blade, Guardians, but all that. But like when he can really toe the line between comedy and straight performances and serious stuff. He can really do it all. I think he's a better actor than The Rock. I mean, I've seen more quality performances and quality movies out of Dave Bautista over The Rock. Yeah. And I'm not shitting on The Rock. I think The Rock does what The Rock does
Dave Bautista is more has kind of shied away from being just the action guy.
Yeah, he likes to do everything. A little bit of everything.
Whereas The Rock more hits towards the action stuff.
Oh, excuse me. But yeah, God, I'm drinking my Buble.
So just a side note, to acquire the rights to the Knives Out sequels, Netflix dropped $450 million.
What else is
to acquire those 2 movies?
I mean, they made some money when they had it in the theater for that 1 week or 2 weeks. But I kind of feel like if they let it stay in the theater for like a month.
I think the shtick with that is to put it in the theater is to make it
nomination
worthy of things. Yeah.
I get it. I understand.
Yeah.
but they can make, they could, obviously Netflix knows they've been putting a lot of their stuff in the theater so it can get nominated, but also it can make some money because let's face it, all these streaming services now are now giving us the commercial tiers and all these different tiers now because commercials have to pay the bills. Because once you flatline, not flatline like you're dying, but once you hit a plateau of subscribers, you can't go up anymore. So then you're like, well, we have to have commercials because commercials, like old network television, paid the bills. So, then, let's see. I did see, if I had seen this movie in 2022, this would have been my number one movie of the year. Was Everything Everywhere All at Once. Absolutely.
I still gotta see it. It's on one of the
phenomenal.
It's on one of the streaming services, right?
I don't know. I bought it.
Okay.
So I heard all good things. I put it on. Allison knew nothing about it. She thoroughly enjoyed it. Scenes brought us both to tears. Afterwards, we were both like, wow, that was just the most unique movie we've both seen. It was bonkers, bizarre, awesome, heartfelt. I can just go on and on with adjectives here. But like highly recommend. It would have been my hands down the movie of the year for me if I had seen it last year. And
it is on the Showtime for the folks who might want to check it out.
I mean, you can rent it or buy it.
I know, but I think it's also on HBO Max too, I think.
Okay. Well, anyway, Mark, the last time I felt this way about a movie like this is when you and me had seen Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I didn't know what I was going into, and I was blown away about what they did. When you take a simple premise, but you are very unique telling that story, and it's something very out there, but it works. I really haven't felt this way since I've seen that movie. When it's
the reemergence of what's his face, Indiana Jones.
Yes, Short Round.
Yeah.
I have his real name because I don't want to be yes, Ki Hugh Kwan, who played Short Round in Indiana Jones. He hasn't been in a movie since the 90s. He was amazing. Jamie Lee Curtis was amazing. James Hong, you might recognize him from the maitre d' in Seinfeld. He was in Big Trouble in Little China. He plays the grandfather. Fantastic. Jenny Slate is briefly in there. And Michelle Yee, who plays Evelyn. It's based, the story is really about her and her daughter. And it's a very simple premise. When the elevator pitch is very simple, but they do such a creative job telling the story, and it's very it can be very chaotic, very beautiful. I cried, and I told Allison, I'm like, why am I crying? I don't think I watch him crying, but I cried a lot at this movie for some.
We're at that age, Brian, where everything makes us cry.
Seriously, but highly recommend it. I think it's a
commercials, random magazine ads.
Yeah, I cried this morning because this buble tasted so great. You got anything else?
I had something and then it just slipped out of my mind when you made that joke, so I totally forgot it now. But it'll come back to me.
All right. Well, the one movie on the podcast I got to talk about, because as a naysayer, I eat crow. I eat so much crow.
From the Brian Loves Everything department comes Brian Loves Avatar 2, everybody.
Well, let me explain before you start. Let me speak for me. Avatar 1, watched it on a 25-inch screen TV off HBO. Me and Allison watched it. We're like, yeah, it was a good. It didn't blow me away. We were like, okay, what was all the hubbub about? We didn't see it in 3D. That's probably a big thing. But we just thought it was okay. 13 years pass. Why are they making sequels? This is stupid. No one's why? Well, it's almost going to hit 2 billion. So yeah, people are seeing it. And I I watch reviews. A lot of reviewers I watch on YouTube for a lot of movies. I watch the people who gave it poor reviews. I watch people who gave it good reviews. I didn't watch anything spoilers. I didn't want to know anything. And in between, everybody who said negative or good or neutral all said one thing, that the movie was just unbelievable to see.
Looks nice.
So I was just like, okay, I'm really interested. I want to be part of this. I really miss having that Christmas movie. We don't have a Star Wars this year. We don't have a Marvel movie. And honestly, I was just like, man, this sucks. I really miss going to the movies around the holidays and seeing something, a big blockbuster. So I was talking to Ben. He was like, I'm interested in see it for the tech as well. I don't really care about the story. I'm like, all right, let's go. Because nobody else I know wants to see it. And I don't want to go by myself. So we saw it on IMAX in 3D. And 20 minutes, I was wowed. I 100% eat my words. It was amazing. I can't wait for the next one. James Cameron did it. I was speechless afterwards. I really thoroughly fucking love this movie. It was just an awesome experience. And the story itself was actually, it did everything better from Avatar 1. The story was better. Characters were better. The CG was unbelievable. I don't think I've ever seen CG as good in any movie than I've seen in this. And yeah, I'm seeing it again this week. Probably see it one more time before it comes out of the theater. Yeah, it was great. I loved it. And I eat lots of crow, and I will never, ever doubt James Cameron again. He did it. He's a maestro. He's a maestro making movies. What can I say?
Very good with shiny objects, like James Cameron.
Listen.
You make it look pretty. It doesn't have to have any content whatsoever.
No, it did. It was a pretty good story. I mean, listen, as someone who's seen all the MCU movies, there's been plenty of times I've seen flat MCU movies where you're like, well, you know what's going to happen. This movie was probably story-wise, I mean, better than most MCU movies this year. But it was a spectacle. So anyway, see it or don't see it, I don't care. I'm ready for the next one. I'm so ready for the next one. I'm ready to see it again this week. I think seeing it again, I'm not going to be so like. I think I can focus on things. Mark, you knock it, but holy shit. I mean,
I'm not denying Avatar, the original one. I saw it in the theater. It looked nice. It's pretty. The CG was impeccable because it was the first time they used the red camera. It was all that stuff. He does all the technological things to make it look nice. It makes it look pretty. My thing with this Avatar is the first movie story was okay. It wasn't great. It wasn't fantastic.
Yeah, I think
acting was not out of like, wasn't amazing acting. It was just ho-hum. My thing with Avatar is I think it's just a lot of pretty pictures, and that's about it.
But until you've seen the second one, you really can't say that, because the second one was way better story-wise. It all works. It all works. Like I said, I'm gonna see it again so I can focus more on other things. But I was in. I cared. By the end of the movie, I cared. And that's all that matters. So for me, anyway, like if I walked out of that movie and I was just like, well, I don't really care about what happened, but I was still wowed. But for me, I cared. I want to see more. You know what I'm saying? So it hit those notes. Believe me,
the bits I've heard don't sell it. That's all I gotta say. The bits I've heard about the movie don't sell it.
Well, in my opinion,
cloning of the bad guy to bring back the bad guy. The
You know what though? Skywalker. I mean, Rise
The
Skywalker did
fact
the
they
same
dragged Sam
thing.
Worthington out of the scrap heap to throw him into this movie.
Well, he's in the he died in the first movie, Mark. He was
No, he
part
didn't.
of. Yes, he did.
His character died, but the Avatar part of him's still alive.
Yes, and that's about him and his family. This movie, and it's great because they're not even in. It's all Avatar. It's all
Well, yeah, because they're in Pandora.
you're on Pandora. There's a couple humans, but the CG is just unbelievable.
From what I hear, it's like humans bad, humans destroy everything.
Well, that was like the first movie, and then they're trying to mine stuff. I mean, it's simple. It's not nothing.
Somebody does a very in-depth story into them or anything.
Who does what?
I said that I never thought that Avatar had a very in-depth story.
No,
it's just kind of basic. Humans bad, humans destroy planet.
Well, there's more to that because there's a revenge story going on. You have a family unit that's dealing with what's going on there. Like I said, honestly, you can't really get your opinion.
I like Transformers. You don't. I don't like Avatar. You do.
There you go.
What it is.
Yeah. There you go.
We're both able to like bad franchises, and that's how it is.
There you go.
Although the last couple Transformers were terrible, but here nor there.
I mean, Avatar would not have broken my top 5, but it would have been in my top 10 movies of last year if I had seen it. If I had like a top 10, it would be like number 6.
But it wouldn't have made your best of show that we did last.
No, because like I said, Everything Everywhere All at Once was probably by far my favorite movie. If I had to compare that movie to every movie I saw last year, it is number 1. It would have just knocked one of those.
It technically can go into your 2023 if you saw it during this year.
Yeah. Well, so I'm doing something different this year, Mark. I realize as I'm getting older, I forget half the shit I see. I started a thing on my phone.
And do.
My notepad. I have a notepad, and it's basically I'm writing down all the movies or shows or books that really I like.
That pop.
And I'm going to keep track of everything. Excuse me.
Bubbly.
That way, at the end of the year, I can look back. Because believe it or not, like after I made my list, I was like, oh, wait, I saw Black Phone. Black Phone would have been on my list, but I totally forgot I saw it. I'm just going to keep track of everything I watch and read this year. That way I can look back, and I'm going to put like a little review, like
until you start forgetting to put it in your phone.
No, I've already started.
I know, but it's only 3 days into the year. I mean, let's see how long you actually remember to do this.
I will, because I keep track of all the video games I beat, and I've been doing that for 6 years. So I'll do it.
That's weird.
Yeah, I like to keep track.
I mean, the other thing to be nice to do is, to keep your mind fresh, is to actually watch shows when they come out, as opposed to waiting until years later to watch them.
I watch shows generally in the colder months because in the summertime we are outside. I'd rather be outside.
It's
we have
technologically possible.
We watch Stranger Things outside.
Yeah.
But anyway, before we get
things you forgot.
I got 2 things. Willow will be ending next week. So why don't we save our Willow review until the show ends?
Okay.
Mythic Quest ends this week, and why don't we save that for next week? Because that ends this Friday.
Yeah, Mythic Quest next week, and the following week Willow.
Big topics. Let's do that.
Stay tuned for those. But this week we have to talk about all the fun things that are coming out in 2023.
Right. All the things we're looking forward to.
So we're going to start off in the television genre.
Oh, yeah, I got stuff.
So coming out this month, coming out tomorrow, Star Wars The Bad Batch. It's a thing I like, not a thing Brian likes, but I'm a little bit excited for it. Disney Plus The Bad Batch continues the animation styles of Clone Wars, and was the first return of Cad Bane before he showed up in Boba Fett. And there's a lot of cool things that could happen. through this storyline, because the girl in the story is technically Boba Fett's sister through the way they're doing it. So we're interested to see how that all pans out.
Has that been confirmed?
Yes, they mentioned it last season. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. So they didn't not exactly his sister, but she's a clone. He's a clone in the same place. So technically they're siblings.
yeah.
Or she's the only female clone made from Boba Fett's DNA, or Jango Fett's DNA. So that's how it connects.
Gotcha.
Also coming out next week in this month on the Amazon, Hunters. It's the Al Pacino show where they're
Don't even know what that is.
it's a show on Amazon. I watched it. It's a comic based off a graphic novel.
Okay.
It's a group of Jewish Americans.
Oh, yes, I
And they hunt
remember.
Nazis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it good?
It was good. They've done 2 seasons, I believe.
Holy shit.
And this is the 3rd season, but it's been a bit since the 2nd season.
Probably because of COVID.
Yeah. So, but I'm excited for that.
I'll have to check it out.
Then on the 15th, on the HBO, Brian, I know you're excited for this.
I know.
Last of Us.
I'm very pumped for The Last of Us. I really think they're gonna nail it. I think this is HBO's pristine television anyway. You have the people behind Chernobyl. You have
Or Chernobyl.
Chernobyl. What did I say? Chernobyl.
Do you believe in reactors blowing up?
Chernobyl. Yeah, it's Cher. She comes into a town and she sings everybody to death.
She sings so well, the reactor explodes.
Yeah.
You believe in love.
Yeah, that's what they just drive around playing that one song.
And we have Bride's first Brideism of 2023, everybody.
Chernobyl. Fortune the Brave. Yeah, I'm excited. You have Neil Druckmann, the creator of the game himself, part of this.
First show of the year is your kickoff point for the Bryanisms. Last year we had on the first episode of the new year, and you're right out the gates with another one.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, basically, The Last of Us is the only show I'm very excited for this month. It's probably one of my highly anticipated shows of the year, but this month alone, I'm so happy it comes out in January.
Creators of Chernobyl, everybody.
Chernobyl.
Oh yeah, okay. And on the 20th of this month, Legends of Vox Machina returns on the Amazon.
Very excited for that as well.
Season 2. And then a show I'm excited for on Apple Plus, only because I've been watching Mythic Quest and I keep seeing the trailers for it. And I watched Severance and saw more ads for it. On the 27th, Shrinking. The Jason Segel show.
I'm going to give it a shot. It's another Bill Lawrence show.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I couldn't get into Ted, but this looks better than Ted, in my opinion. Or Ted Lasso.
Just because I don't think it's because of the sports thing. You don't have the sports thing.
I don't really care about soccer.
Yes. Or the football, as they call it overseas.
Whatever they want to call it, I don't.
And coming in February, a show I enjoy on the 17th on Amazon, Carnival Row, the Land of Bloom fantasy show. It's all about fairies, and it's like a crime drama about there's a murder. And it involves like sci-fi stuff. It's the Carnival Row is where all like the fairies and different mythical creatures live.
Oh, is this the second season?
I want to say the second season, yeah. It's set in England. Orlando Bloom plays like the detective.
Right.
Yeah. And it's been a while. Like these are like the shows that are catching up after COVID still. So it's been a couple years since the first season came out. So that's interesting to see how that all goes. Then the 24th, Brian, I don't know if you even heard about this. A reboot of a show I think you might have watched. I can't remember if you mentioned it before. On Stars, Party Down.
Oh, that was an old TV. Yes.
The guy from Severance.
Well, yeah, Adam Scott, Ken
Yeah.
Marino. You know
Jane
what's
Lynch was in that.
Yeah, I tried to watch this a couple years ago and I couldn't get into it.
Mm,
I love the cast. I love
yeah,
everyone in it. I just had a hard time. I didn't laugh.
yeah,
And I don't know, maybe I'll give it a second go. I don't remember why I watched it and I was like, "Oh, I heard such great things." And then I
yeah,
watched it and I was just like, I'm not I don't know. I'm not
yeah,
getting it. I'll give it a shot again. I'm happy they're bringing it back for the fans because there is a big fan cult. It's a
yeah,
cult. It's a cult following for that show.
yeah. It's a reboot, so I don't know if Adam Scott's in it or not. Didn't really look into it, but
Yeah. Oh, speaking of reboots,
yes.
I not to interrupt. I know you might are not going to bring this up, but I'm going to bring this up right now.
Okay.
I saw the ad on New Year's Eve for the Night Court reboot.
Yeah,
Looks
I'm
god
not
off.
happy about it.
God off. You know why it's going to fail? Harry's not in it.
Well, he's dead,
Yeah, but that
and
was
so
what
is the Marky Post, so you
that's what
can't
you
have her
made.
either.
That's what made Night Court.
Well, yeah, John Larroquette back.
Big deal. Big deal. It looks
I mean, the
bad.
sad thing is he's the only person left of the cast.
You don't have Bull. Bull was amazing.
He
You don't
passed
have
away.
Harry. Yeah, I know.
Like even the guy that was like the court secretary person, I bring him the things. That guy
I
passed away.
know. It's not going to be good. It's not going to.
So I don't know. It's the girl from Big Bang Theory plays his daughter.
I feel bad for her. It looks just.
It's her first like big thing since that. I mean, anyone who was in that show, Big Bang Theory, doesn't really have to work ever again because the money they probably raked in from 12 seasons of that show. It's
Yeah.
on constantly on like 9 different networks.
Yeah.
Residual checks alone probably are worth, don't make it so you don't have to work every day.
I am just saying it's going to fail miserably. I can't even believe.
I mean, it is on the NBC, and they have a tendency to not cancel things as abruptly as other channels do. So I could see it making at least a season, maybe 2.
Here's
Like
the
they kept
thing.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine on for a couple of years, and it wasn't as popular as it was originally.
Yeah, but Brooklyn Nine-Nine was on Fox.
I know, but then they brought it to NBC, and it sat there for a couple of years.
Just they finished it off on Fox on NBC's like 2 or 3 seasons, but they finish on their own terms.
I know, it's just NBC has a tendency to not cancel things as abruptly as other networks do.
I don't know. It just looks horrible. I don't think it's gonna last. I don't even think it's gonna last 10 episodes.
We'll see. Not really. That really wasn't one of my shows I was going to throw out there, but
well, I'm just saying. I saw it, and I was like, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel here.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going deep into the reboot territory there,
it wasn't even a hit show. Night Court was a niche.
It was popular when it came out. It was the top 10. It was one of the top rated shows while it was out. Not like one of the top 5 shows, but it was definitely a top 10, top 20 show.
I mean,
and back then that's all you needed to do because there's only 3 channels to watch. So
I love Night Court. I would catch reruns on Fox 61 would have reruns like late at night.
At Nick at Night, it was on for a little while.
Yeah, I mean the show is amazing. I just think it's just not the same time period for such a show.
No. Then in March, Brian, March 1st, time for you to re-up your Disney Plus subscription.
I still have Disney Plus.
I know. I'm just
not canceled.
The reason why you originally would get it and then cancel it. The Mandalorian drops March 1st.
The one Star Wars show I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
I'm very
There's probably another one, but we'll talk about that one later. Then on March 16th, this is the last of the shows that I could find dates for because they don't really give you much after March for time-wise. They say like comes out in spring and stuff like that, which I'll go into. March 16th, a show my sister loves and is trying to get me to get into, so I might have to try to check it out. Shadow and Bone on Netflix. It was based off a graphic novel.
Yeah, I recognize the name.
Yeah.
Hopefully it will not be canceled because
no, it's been out for a couple seasons already.
Netflix seems to cancel everything.
Yes, but it's been on for a couple seasons. So, and then we get into the stuff that doesn't have dates yet. It's just coming out in spring. What If, Secret Invasion, and Star Wars Visions.
Yeah, Secret Invasion. I'm actually looking forward to for the
Yeah.
MCU shows.
I enjoyed the What If ones from last year. That was fun.
Yeah, I'll watch those.
Yeah.
I'll watch those. But I'm very excited for Secret Invasion.
Yeah. And I like the Star Wars Visions. That was cool to see the different concepts of people.
Yeah, I liked
So,
some
like,
more than
there was
others.
the one anime one that was very like black and white.
Yeah.
The Shogun kind of.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was the best one, I thought. Then in the summer, we got Loki.
Season 2.
Yeah. Echo. The branch off of Hawkeye.
Man.
Daredevil.
Yeah, it's interesting because Daredevil is coming back next year, I think.
Yeah, for 18 episodes.
And Charlie Cox has spoken about it, and it is not going to be like the Netflix Daredevil.
No.
And he's only
more of him as a superhero, not as more like him having powers, not like as much of him just being a regular Joe. That
it's going to be interesting how the fans react to all this, because we all wanted this, but at the same time, at what cost? Because it's going to be very different.
Well, they got to make it a little different than the Netflix one, because it can't be exactly like the Netflix one.
Well, no, but
it can't be like a continuation of the Netflix story, because Netflix technically owns that.
It just sucks that nobody else is coming back from the original cast. You just have
Vincent D'Onofrio.
That's it. But his character turned into a cartoon. He got hit by a car. Like, I was like, holy shit, this guy's like, it's a very different Kingpin than we're used to.
In the Hawkeye one, he was different, but I mean, I think that they could bring him back.
He was very different.
He's more. I think they're more trying to align it to the Marvel MCU version of character.
Yes, it'd be interesting to see where this goes. But Echo could be
like real to life, not like as much dirty as like the Netflix ones were.
Obviously, Kingpin will be in Echo because we have a cliffhanger that happened, and then I'm sure Matt Murdock or Daredevil will make an appearance.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm just guessing, and there's no time frame set for when this is coming out, but I'm assuming it's going to be around summertime, because if Mandalorian's coming out in March. Ahsoka.
Yeah,
is planned to come out this year.
Hopefully that's good. It could be good.
Then in the fall, from the Marvel side, Ironheart, Riri Williams from the Wakanda Forever. It's going to have her own show.
The weakest part of the movie. I wish,
I think it was just more of an intro to her. It wasn't supposed to really like.
I know. I kind of feel it would have made that movie so much better if they had not putting that part in there. We didn't need it. Really.
Well, I think it was more of just the show, like it was more of like a here's where she's from kind of thing, not like.
I understand why they did it.
Yeah,
but I don't think it was needed. It just kind of made the runtime a little bit long.
I think it was just because of what she was doing, and just to show how important she is to the bigger story of whatever.
I get it.
And then
that's my nitpick, Mark.
Yeah, and I'm thinking this could be coming out in the fall. Again, there's no time frame set for when this is coming out.
Yeah.
The Jude Law Star Wars show, Skeleton Crew.
I hope it's good.
Yeah. Not really not much known about it. Yeah.
I don't know either. I didn't even know it was still happening.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's supposedly coming out this year. So
now what's that based on? Some guy had a pair of keys for the Death Star and they made a whole show about it?
No, I guess it's based off if I remember correctly, I'm trying to remember from Star Wars Celebration when they announced it. Like Jude Law is a transport ship captain or something like that, and he's transporting a group of refugees from one planet to another planet, and the ship gets something happens and the ship crashes, and he has to or something along those lines, and it's like a bunch of kids on the ship or something, and he's like they have to help him get the ship back working, or I don't know. That's as much as I remember.
With that description, I'm in.
Sold. I'm assuming they'll give you more info as we get closer to it.
That was the elevator pitch of the year, Marcus.
They're very it's Star Wars. They don't really give you anything. It's just Jude Law's gonna be in it, and there's gonna be this is the one line elevator pitch.
He had a bunch of keys for the Death Star.
Yeah.
They're giving him a whole show. That's all you need to know.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then in the winter, supposedly we're getting Agatha Coven of Chaos.
probably the one show I don't really care for. I'm
It
not that
depends
excited.
upon what they're doing with it. If she's going to be the way to bring back Scarlet Witch, then I
But
could
Scarlet
see
Witch
that.
died. I don't know if we
You
need to have
don't
her come
really
back.
see her die, though. You
She
just
got
see,
squished. She
yeah, you just
died.
see her magic explosion, but you don't see. There's no body.
Well, because it was squished.
Well, you don't really know that. She could have been teleported somewhere through magic.
She could have. I don't know.
She's all powerful.
Agatha. I mean,
If
I'm
they
sure
use
I'll
her as
watch
the
it,
way, if this
but
is the story of like the next chapter of WandaVision, and it's bringing like Agatha, like what happened to her after WandaVision, and then bringing Scarlet Witch back into the story again.
from the description I'm reading right here, it says, aiming to reveal more about the history of this powerful character, the show also features Joe Locke and Audrey Plaza. So it's probably going to be about her past.
Yeah.
It's going to be about the Coven, because it's called Coven of Chaos.
Yeah.
So it's going to be about prior.
That little bit that we saw
Yeah.
in WandaVision.
Yeah, I have to imagine it's going to be prior or after, but it's going to probably be its own thing.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I
we'll
don't know.
see.
We'll see. Hopefully it's good.
I mean, she was amazing in Glass Onion. So
Yeah,
Catherine Zahn is terrific in anything she does. So
she is good.
I'll watch it. It's Marvel. I'll watch it.
It's my least excited. I'm not that
As
excited.
Brian is to James Cameron movies now, I am to Marvel movies, Marvel stuff. You put it out there, I'll watch it.
Yeah, I don't. I'm going to be picky.
Shiny objects.
I'm picky. I'm getting pickier, I think, because I didn't watch.
Yeah, you're getting way pickier.
I didn't watch
Guy who
that.
loves Avatar 2 because it looked nice.
I didn't watch that show about the girl. I not Miss Marvel.
It wasn't made for you, Brian.
Do you watched it?
Oh yeah, because I watched it for the podcast because I knew you wouldn't watch it. So we have to talk about something on this show. We can't just stay here and stare at each other for an hour.
If I remember correctly, we barely talked about it. We talked about the ending because I watched it on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
And that's all you need to know. Is this the ending?
Well, because it's gonna be in the Marvels. That's me coming out.
Yeah.
And that's in the movies coming out this year. Synopsis.
Yeah. Are we ready to go into movies?
I'm ready. I got it right here.
Let me. You got the list?
I got a list. I put
All right. You go, because I have stuff I'm looking forward to.
Well, it might be the same thing. Well, we'll see.
All right, you go.
I got nothing in January because we all know the stuff's coming out in January, so I figured there's not much really going on.
No, but February, Ant-Man and Wasp was coming out.
February 17th, Ant-Man and Wasp: Quantumania.
I am very pumped for this one.
Yes.
I love the legacy characters.
Kang story.
Yes, I honestly, to tell you the truth, I love the legacy characters for the MCU. I get more excited about seeing, Wakanda Forever or Thor or Doctor Strange over the newer stuff right now because the characters we started watching the MCU with.
Yes.
So to go back to Ant-Man and Wasp, I am super pumped. This is going to should be really good. I want it to be a little bit more crazier than Doctor Strange was.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a little bit more out there.
Yeah,
quantum part of it, but then on the 24th, Brian, of February, a movie we talked a little bit about, I think a couple shows ago, Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, that definitely movie looks awesome.
Elizabeth Banks directed it.
Loosely based off a real life story.
Loosely based off true events. Yes.
Yeah, the bear died.
Yes.
Clearly, it didn't go on a rampage.
No, yeah, just died.
But yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I got for February. Anything else in February you are looking forward to?
No, I mean other Ant-Man, Wasp, and Cocaine Bear are probably the two biggest ones in February.
Moving on to March, starting on the 17th, Shazam: Fury of the Gods.
I love the first Shazam, and I am down for the second Shazam. I am down. I'm ready.
Tepidly excited for this movie. I only say tepidly because I watched Black Adam.
Yeah, but Black Adam's done. But you're comparing two different things. You saw the first Shazam.
Yes.
If you enjoyed it, you'll see the second one. If you didn't enjoy it, don't see the second one. I don't know.
No. I'm the only reason why I'm saying
Black
this
Adam
is,
has nothing to do with it.
It does.
It doesn't, because Black
It's
Adam
in
is
the
now
same
done.
universe as Shazam.
But Black Adam's never coming back. It is
I
canned,
understand that.
and it lost money.
I understand that. But Black Adam is Shazam's ultimate villain in comic books.
So, read the comics.
Let me finish what I'm going to say. And it worries me that if Shazam was so good, Black Adam was so bad. I have a feeling this could be in the middle of that, where it's not great. It's just ho-hum.
Well, this movie,
and I feel like
supposed to come out years
DC
ago.
is now like not caring about these movies that are coming out, because these are just movies that are already done, and they're moving on to this new whatever they're doing. So we'll see how this all works out, but we'll see what happens.
I don't know. I totally get going in with low expectations. I'm definitely going to see Shazam 2. I really am not that worried about it, because like Zachary Levi is great. They could potentially keep these characters in this new era of DCU, because it's never connected to anything. They brought up Spider-Man, but you don't see his face, so that could be any Superman. So
yes,
I think
not
that
Spider-Man.
I didn't say Spider-Man.
You said Spider-Man first.
I don't think so.
Whatever.
If I did,
I'll rewind the tape later.
All right. Anyway, I get going in with low expectation, but it is definitely I think one of my favorites out of the DCU, and Zachary Levi is great as his character. That's a show. Speaking of Zachary Levi, Chuck is on my list of shows I want to watch this year.
Oh, it's a fantastic show. Speaking of shows NBC doesn't didn't take too long to cancel. Even though it was probably one of the best shows ahead on at the time.
Chuck lasted a whole run.
Yeah, it could have lasted longer. They messed with it a little bit. It got bopped around the schedule a couple times. Kind of just ended on its own without having an actual
ending.
It's never really promoted well by NBC.
Yeah.
Anywho, moving on to the 24th of March, John Wick Chapter 4. I know you're into the John Wick movies. I've seen one of them. So
John Wick movies are fantastic.
Yeah.
I haven't seen John Wick 3 yet. I will probably watch that, and I will definitely check out John Wick 4. I've never seen a John Wick movie in the theater, but I might change that for this one, because I've also seen them at home.
When you see movies in the theater, you love them. So it's a good thing. It's not a bad idea.
I think seeing a lot of movies in the theater make them better, to be honest with you. Ever try to watch a comedy at home? It's just not the same.
Yes.
It's not the same.
Everyone has watched movies at home, Brian. You're the only person that has to see them in the theater.
I'm just saying, when you watch a comedy at home or you watch a comedy filled with the theater, it is a very different experience. And sometimes it could elevate the comedy, because
you're very much into the group experience, is what you're saying. That's fine.
Of course. Why would
you're a big
you
group
not...
experience person?
When we saw Spider-Man No Way Home, that experience was amazing.
I would have minded seeing Wakanda Forever at home.
When I watched Spider-Man No Way Home at home with Allison, the experience was a lot different. The excitement was amazing.
Yes.
Well, we could just see all the MCU movies at home now.
No, I'm just joking about Wakanda Forever. That's all. I'm just saying I would have not minded seeing that at home. I might have enjoyed it more.
Probably, yeah.
On March 31st, Brian, a movie we're all excited to see. And the group of people that are going to see this with us could be getting much bigger from the discussions I had over the weekend. Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves.
Yes. Yeah, we're all, the whole D&D group, we're all going.
Yes, my sister's D&D group might come with us now. They're excited about it as well. And they're like, if you guys are going, we'll go with you guys. And we can just do a huge group.
Yeah, we're going to West Springfield.
Yeah.
We'll go opening night. We'll get our tickets as soon as they go on sale.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm
excited.
hoping this is good.
Me too. It looks good.
It looks good. I haven't seen much since that announcement, but hoping as we get closer, they'll start putting out more.
I don't want to see more. I've seen the
Or
trailer.
at least
I'm
like
good.
a little bit more. I
I
wouldn't mind a
don't.
little
I
bit
don't
more.
want to see
I know
anything
you.
more.
I know you don't like trailers.
No, I don't. They got me. I'm in. I don't need to see anymore.
I
You
do
can watch
have.
you can see all the trailers. I'm
All
gonna
I do
ignore
is get a lot of CGI and Brian sold. April 7th.
That's like all MCU movies or
All of
shows
them. But
or Disney or Star Wars.
yeah.
Pretty much.
Well, except for Andor. Andor had not much CGI. It was very
You see the trailer to Ant-Man and Wasp? It's literally all CG.
yes, yeah. April 7th. Super Mario Brothers the movie.
I'm gonna see it. I'll see
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Looks
for it.
good. I'm excited for it.
I'm a Mario guy. I'll check
Yeah.
it out.
A movie I know you're excited for. I don't know if you're excited for it, but it's a sequel to a series of movies you're into. On April 21st, Evil Dead Rise.
Yes, I would. That's on my list. I'm very. I want it. I don't know anything about this. It's
This movie was supposed to come out this past year.
yeah, I got moved. Yeah,
And it got pushed back. And it
and it
caused
got
a
pushed.
whole bunch of craziness in the horror world.
It got pushed to the theater too, which is
Yeah.
great. That means they
It's supposed to be a
believe in it.
streaming exclusive. Yeah, it's supposed to be exclusively on Peacock, I believe.
Something or Shutter or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
anyway, I'm excited. I love the last Evil Dead they did. I will be there for it. It would be great
This
if
is
it came out
supposed to
in
be.
October.
There was supposed to be. I remember talking about this last year.
We did.
There's supposed to be a house in Universal's Horror Nights based off the movie, but they had to scrap the house like last minute because they decided to push the movie to this year.
Yeah.
So they had to revamp the whole thing and it caused a lot of kerfuffle over there.
I get it because last year we had Halloween Kills came out and they probably really wanted to promote that.
Yeah, makes sense. Movie we're really looking forward to on May 5th, Brian. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
I don't know what it is about the trailer, but it gets me choked up every time. I don't know what it is. I'm choking up when I'm watching the trailer.
Yeah.
Where people are going to die.
Low
We're gonna learn the history about Rocket, which I am excited for. Adam Warlock showing up. It makes me want to replay the Guardians game, which is amazing, and I recommend everybody play the Guardians game. It's amazing, and Adam Warlock's in it, and man, I am pumped to see how this is going to end. I adore the Christmas special they put out.
Yes, it was very good.
Yeah, and I think I'm bringing tissues to this one. I'm bringing tissues.
Speaking of things you're going to need to bring tissues to, maybe for another reason. June 2nd, Spider-Man Into the Multiverse.
That joke didn't land like you thought it would, Mark, because it's very disturbing you would say that.
What?
Why
No,
would I bring tissue for a different reason other than crying?
Wipe your hands from the butter on your popcorn?
Use napkins.
Get your mind out of the gutter, Brian.
You tissues for another reason? I was like,
get your mind out of the gutter.
I thought you were gonna say the Barbie movie or something.
No, God.
Like, what are you doing?
Just trying to use a segue. It didn't work out the way I wanted.
It didn't work. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1, because it's gonna. I think there's gonna be a Part 2 to this.
Yes.
But I am down. We got to go together.
Yeah.
A movie I saw by myself. I know a movie you saw with
my niece. Yeah, she was excited. Yeah, she's excited for this movie to come out.
I am so excited.
This is the only like nerd thing, like superhero thing that I got her into. Like she's gonna be 13 by the time this comes out, and she's not care about anything else. But I took her to see this Spider-Man original one.
Yeah.
And she like is enthralled with it because she's an artist. She likes drawing. She's into the style of I don't know how you call it, the cartooning. The style of art they use for the cartoon is right up her alley, and she loves it, and she's all into it.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool. And Oscar Isaac will be playing Spider-Man 2099.
I know. I'm excited about that too. Yeah.
Daniel Kaluuya is playing Spider-Punk. Oh, they're bringing Spider-Punk in.
Yes.
Isaiah Rhea is playing Spider-Woman.
Yes.
Spider-Punk, man, that's a great comic.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see that.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be a lot of cameos. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of Easter eggs. This is this is a must go, a must purchase.
Yes. And Oscar Isaac, the Spider-Man 2099 is supposedly the villain of the movie.
Yeah, I mean they set it up in the end of the last one.
Yeah. And a movie that is right now scheduled for June 16th. We'll see what happens. It's finally coming out. It's The Flash.
Not gonna see it. I can't support a groomer. I just can't. I my moral compass tells me as much as I want to see Michael Keaton as Batman again.
Yeah.
I cannot support a groomer. The fact that we went through the Me Too movement about people who did shitty things to people, and the fact that
people's careers got ended.
This movie's still
or even
coming
just
out.
The thought that they might have done something.
Yeah, and now it's like nothing happened with this movie coming out, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I have no interest. Yeah. I hope it does well for all
the fact that this movie's still coming out and Batgirl got shelved baffles me.
Yeah, yeah. Well, this one's got big names in it. That's why.
So would Batgirl had Michael Keaton in it?
Yeah, but this one's got bigger. It's got Ezra Miller.
I mean,
I agree with you.
Is his name that big at this point? No. Is his name that big? No.
I hope.
To me, this is a bad decision.
Yeah, I think this movie is going to flop.
Could possibly harm anything they're trying to do in the future with the DC.
I don't think it's going to go that far. I just don't.
I think the backlash for this movie is going to be bad.
I think the conversation is all going to be about Ezra Miller and not about the movie. I don't think the conversation is going to be the right conversation.
No,
I think it's going to be negative. And I don't know who you're going to put out to promote this movie. Like Michael Keaton, and that's
who's going to want to be attached to it? Like, who's going to want to have their name as someone promoting this movie?
Yeah, and I honestly...
I mean, they might have, there's going to be certain people that are going to have to do it because it's in their contract from when they signed up to do the movie.
Yeah.
So they not have a choice in the matter. But how do you promote this movie? Try, excitedly to get people to come see it.
I know. Sadly, I'm not going to pay money to see it. I'll wait until it's on streaming service. I'll watch it.
There's going to be people that are going to go see it because it's just The Flash.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like people aren't going to. And to be quite honest, there's probably some people have no idea what's going on with Ezra Miller. Don't have any idea what he's doing or what happens with him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. 100%. I agree with that.
Yeah.
It could still do well or it could flop hard.
Yeah.
But it could do one of two things. They put nobody out to talk about this. It comes out with heavily promoted and people just go see it. Or the conversation bubbles up about Ezra Miller and that's all anyone's talking about. I don't know which way it's going to go.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that it's coming out in a random week in June shows they don't really have any expectations whatsoever.
It's going to be surrounded by other bless you. It's going to be surrounded by the Marvels comes out not July. I'm sorry.
End of July. The closest thing to it is June 30th. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
That's like a whole month away.
No, it's end of June.
Oh, I thought you said July. I apologize.
No. June 30th.
Yeah, interesting.
So you have a week between that coming out. So I think you get a week of The Flash, Hullabaloo, and whatever's going on with that.
You have Spider-Man, right?
June
2nd. June 2nd. And so that's going to be that's probably going to be the big movie for a couple weeks. I bet you Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse outperforms The Flash. I don't think The Flash.
No, light years.
Light years, in my opinion.
You're gonna get the morbid curiosity of The Flash. I think too. People just go to see.
If the reviews are good, people will go.
Will people review it? Will it get any? I mean, I know people review it, but will it get the play that other movies will get, or will people be jaded by the Ezra Miller stuff to just not want to give it the attention?
I think all the reviewers online are still going to watch it and review it despite Ezra Miller, and then you just have to make up your decision. Do you go and support him or do you not?
I mean, it's one of those weird things. It's do you still enjoy Michael Jackson's music?
I have a hard time.
even though what Michael Jackson did.
Yeah.
You still like Ezra Miller's acting because it's not to separate that from Ezra Miller the person.
I think it's up to every individual to say, can I separate the artist between the art?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
But will the media hype up the movie, or will the media hype up the controversy? And I think we all know the controversy gets clicks. So I'm just saying, Ezra Miller, people could be talking about him again.
I mean, could they also pushed it far enough away where it comes 6 months from now, people don't care
I think
about
that's
it?
the hope. I think that's the hope,
Yeah.
that nobody's talking about him.
Have you punted the ball so far down the field that you outkick the coverage and it's just not there anymore?
Let's not forget this movie was supposed to come out last year.
Yeah.
So there
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
I think what you're saying is right. I think that's why they did what they did.
Yeah, let's outkick the coverage and hope by the time June rolls around, it's far enough away from it where he hasn't done anything else stupid
Right.
that people can't keep harping on it and just be like, oh, remember years ago when he did this, or 2 years ago.
Exactly. All right, let's move on. We've talked enough about Ezra
Yeah.
Miller, but I agree with you.
But Indiana Jones, Dial of Destiny.
I'm going to see it.
I'm excited for it.
I'm not excited.
Looks like old Indiana Jones. I mean, besides it being an old Indiana Jones, it looks like the original 3 and not so much the other one.
I don't know. I saw the trailer again on the big screen, and I was just kind of like, I have no excitement for this movie. I have none. It doesn't wow me at all.
It's me, it was more like the original 3, the feel of it, which made me excited.
I said the same thing about Crystal Skull, and I was highly disappointed. So,
and again, you also were not excited for Avatar 2, and look how that turned out. So you could be proven wrong.
Yeah, I know. Actually, Allison and me are going to watch all the Indiana Jones movies before the new one, and she's never seen.
Don't see the 4th one. Just skip the 4th one completely.
She's never seen Crystal Skull.
Don't watch it. Don't show it to her. You won't have to worry about it.
I want to pretend it doesn't exist.
Yes, just show her the first 3 and then just go into this one like it's the 4th movie.
Yeah, might have to.
You don't need to see the 4th one. It didn't really go into the timeline whatsoever anyways, so you can skip it completely.
I don't know. I hope this movie's good. I don't know. I don't know how I feel.
As long as he's not surviving a nuclear blast in a refrigerator again, it can't be that bad.
I know.
Then in July, the only big movie coming out in July, because everyone else knows to stay away from this movie because it's going to be huge, The Marvels.
Yes.
Captain Marvel sequel.
Yeah. It's gonna with Mrs. Marvel, we have
Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel.
Marvel. Nick Fury will be back.
Nick Fury and the girl from WandaVision.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And I miss Carol Danvers. Like I miss her character. I miss Brie Larson.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. Oh yeah, Monica Rambeau.
Yes.
Rambeau.
Yep.
I miss these characters, so I'm excited to see this movie. I'm definitely down. I really enjoyed the first one, so.
Yeah, and then coming out in August, I didn't even know this movie was happening. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, August 4th, Mutant Mayhem.
Is this a Seth Rogen one?
This is the Seth Rogen one, yes.
Ooh,
yes.
I'm intrigued. Is this live action or cartoon?
The still I'm seeing looks like it's the CG live action sequel to the Megan Fox movie.
Oh, it's still in that universe, huh?
I think so, because that's the still they're using is the same CG turtles.
I think it's a whole new spin on it because Seth Rogen's producing it, from my knowledge. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I'll check it out. I'll wait for a trailer. I mean, I never saw any of the other turtle movies. I just didn't care. I mean, I saw the first one on TV, but then I was just like, I don't care about these. These are not for me.
This might be. Oh, it's animated.
That's what I thought. It's going to be an animated movie.
Yeah. CGI animated film, executive produced by Seth Rogen.
There we go.
So there you go.
I hope it's good.
Yeah.
I'm interested. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Also that much.
Another movie coming out on August 4th. A movie that I was not sure I was gonna like initially, but then saw it and it was like, oh, this isn't terrible. Meg 2, The Trench,
What
the
was?
shark movie. The
Oh,
Meg.
yeah. I hyped
Jason
that
Statham.
movie. I hyped that movie too much in my head. I saw it in the theater with Jay. Nobody else went.
Mm,
And yeah, I didn't really care.
yeah.
It was fun. It was
Yeah.
fun, but it's not a movie I would see again. Nor do I care about a sequel.
Yeah.
Blue
There,
Beetle. Blue Beetle's coming out in August month.
that's coming up. Relax.
All right.
I got it in my list here. Uh, on August 11th, this movie stars Jamie Lee Curtis, Rosario Dawson, Winona Ryder, and others. Haunted Mansion. I'm excited to see this. They did that one with Eddie Murphy, which was not good years ago.
Haunted
But this
Mansion.
is more based off of the ride that's at
Ah.
Disney World.
Yeah, I have no interest. Ride movies, other than Pirates, have not really done well.
Yeah. But this is like kind of going in that vein. Lakelet Stanfield plays a widower who once believed in the supernatural, but is now a rather lifeless tour guide in the New Orleans French Quarter. Tiffany Haddish plays a psychic hired to commune with the dead.
Huh. Yeah, I knew nothing about it.
Yeah. Well, it's not much has been put out about it yet, so we'll see what happens. Gran Turismo is getting a movie on August 11th.
Yeah, I think this is the second. I think they've done. Oh no, they did Need for Speed. No, was it a Gran Turismo? I feel like this is the second movie, but I feel like Aaron Paul was in one.
That was Speed Need for Speed.
Oh, gotcha.
Yes. This is actual retelling based on a true story. Stars Michael DeLuca, Orlando Bloom, David Harbour, and others.
Yeah, good cast.
The true story, the film is the ultimate wish fulfillment tale of a teenage Gran Turismo player whose gaming skills won a series of Nissan competitions to become an actual race car driver. This is actual, yeah, I know this story. So I thought it was based off the video game, like a story about the video game, but it's actually a story of the guy who won a bunch of Gran Turismo competitions, is now like a professional race car driver.
Mm.
So that could be pretty cool. It could be kind of like a Ford versus Ferrari kind of feel, which is a really good movie. Then August 18th, Brian mentioned it earlier. Blue Beetle gets his own movie.
Yeah, I will be skipping this one. I don't know anything about Blue Beetle.
I only like Blue Beetle because there's a possibility that you could get Booster Gold, who's one of my favorite DC heroes. So we'll see.
We'll have to see a trailer.
Then in September, not much coming out in September. Another Equalizer movie, which is based off the TV version. So I don't know how that's going to work out. The Nun 2. I think you went and saw The Nun, didn't you? The original one?
Nope. No interested in nuns.
Oh, okay. That's about it for that one. October, Craven the Hunter.
Which is weird.
Off the Spider-Man universe.
Spider-Man villain. I mean, will this be the Morbius of this year? Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows? The Exorcist, a sequel. It's coming out on October 13th.
My look says it all.
Yeah. And then October 27th, Saw 10. Yeah.
I've only seen Saw 1, and I like it.
I haven't seen any of them, nor will I ever see any of them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not up your alley.
Yeah. No, yeah. Then coming out in November, November 3rd, Dune Part 2.
Yeah, Dune Part 2 is on my list of anticipated movies of the year.
Yeah.
I love the first one.
First one was good. I didn't dislike it. It was long, but it wasn't terrible. And I didn't know they were even making this. But on November 17th, The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, which is a story after the original books came out.
I'm not a YA fan, so
No, me neither. But I'd seen the original movies because it was just Jennifer Lawrence was in them. So
yeah. I saw
uh,
the first one. I don't really
yeah,
care.
they weren't terrible. Then we get into December already.
Oh,
December
hold on.
15th.
Don't go
Oh,
into December. I have a movie in December. The one movie I'm looking forward to in July, we're gonna go back to July, is Oppenheimer. Looks awesome.
I have nothing. I've seen you guys talk about it, but I have no idea what it's about.
It's the new movie from Christopher Nolan.
Oh, is that the reason why anyone cares about it?
It's about J. Robert Oppenheimer. He
Oh,
the
the creation of the
father.
atomic bomb.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cullen Murphy plays him.
yeah.
It looks really good. I'm gonna see that on
Or
IMAX.
Cillian Murphy, whichever you prefer.
What did I call him?
Colin
Oh, you're right.
Killian
No,
Murphy.
yeah, because it's C. It's weird.
Yeah, Killian Murphy.
All right,
Not
go
Colin.
jump back into December.
Yeah, but yeah, Florence Pugh's in that. Matthew Modine. Josh Hartnett sighting
Ooh,
is gonna happen. Robert Downey Jr., Matt Damon.
Fortune the favor.
Yeah,
Fortune. What's that? Fortune the
fortune
brave.
favors the bold,
Yeah, Fortune favors the bull.
who opt into crypto and then lose all their money.
Yeah.
Back to December.
Yeah.
December 15th. Wonka. Timothy Chalamet is going to play the role of Willy Wonka.
I gotta see a trailer before I get excited for that one.
Yeah. It's the origin story that explores the vivid mythical beginnings
Oh,
of the
God.
imaginative young inventor,
Yeah.
before he becomes a renowned scrumdiddlyumptious Mozart of chocolate.
I have no interest. Kill me now.
Yeah.
Kill me.
Timothy Chalamet is going to play Willy Wonka.
Nothing against Timothy Chalamet. I just
Olivia
don't
Colman is going to be in it.
It's gonna be a good idea.
Rowan Atkinson.
I don't think it's a good
Keegan Michael Key. Directed by Paul King.
Ooh,
Yeah. Who directed Paddington 2 and Paddington.
people love the Paddington.
Yeah. It'll be huge overseas.
What else we got, Mark? Are you almost done here?
Yeah, almost done. December 20th, movie I'm excited for, Ghostbusters Afterlife 2.
Yeah. The last one didn't do much for me, so I don't know.
I bawled my eyes out when that movie came out.
I don't know what it was, but I guess I gotta watch it again. Just that wasn't my thing.
Yeah.
I think I'm kind of over.
When that end scene part come out, you didn't get any?
I mean, it was gonna happen. We knew it was gonna happen.
But still, just the fact that it happened.
I don't know. I'm not judging you, but for me, I don't know. It just they're gonna milk this IP to death. I don't know. Nothing beats Ghostbusters 1.
No, well, no, God, no. But this is also the first one without Ivan Reitman being involved because he
I
passed
know.
away. So
I mean, I don't know. They're
yeah,
just gonna milk
we'll
it
see.
to death.
We'll
See
see.
how
We'll see where it goes. This is back to New York though. They are going back to the firehouse in this one.
I mean, that could be
Into that
better.
at the end of the first movie, the
I
first
know.
release. So then on next Christmas, Brian, a movie you'll be excited to see because it's on Christmas and you love holiday Christmas movies.
I do.
Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom.
I'm not excited for that one because I didn't see Aquaman 1.
Or 2.
I have no. Oh, was there a second one of Aquaman?
I think wasn't there? Is this the third one or is this the second one?
This is the second one.
I don't know.
I
didn't see the first one. I'll never see this one. So.
Oh wait, there was a second one because Amber Heard's character got trimmed. Unless this is the one.
I think this is the one.
Oh, I have no idea. I am so out of the loop when it comes to Aquaman.
Yeah.
Not my character to care about. So
yeah,
I'm excited for everybody who is, but it's just not for
it
me.
does have Amber Heard in it, but she's not in it as much, I guess.
Okay.
So this is the second one.
Any more movies? Because I got one more, and my list is done. When you're done.
This is the last. This is it. That was it for me.
Okay. The one movie I'm interested. I'm cautiously interested. February 3rd, Knock at the Cabin. Writer and director M. Night Shyamalan.
You know,
Picked up a book.
I'm out.
So
I'm out.
I saw the trailer and I'm intrigued. So, it has Dave Bautista in it as well. So,
And I guess there's also a hasn't been released the date of it yet, but they're redoing Salem's Lot.
None of these Stephen King remakes have been any good.
Mm.
I mean, they tried to remake Pet Cemetery, wasn't that good?
Yeah.
They faltered with it. That first part was so good. Part 2 was like they just retreaded part 1 and just added them being older. It's like at this point, you guys should have just made this movie. Like you should have just made a 3-hour movie, because I don't know. It part 2 just didn't have that panache, that fun, that like it part 1 brought. So I just kind of feel like they've been faltering with these. So I don't know. It could go either way. It could be really good or just really bad. I don't know.
And it looks like they're also doing another movie that's doesn't have a date released for it yet. But there was a Last Train to Somewhere, Japanese movie, zombie movie, where they're all on a train trying to get out of the zombie apocalypse.
I think it was a Korean movie.
Yeah,
If I'm not
they're
mistaken.
now doing a Last Train to New York.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people told me it was good.
Yeah.
So.
This one's set during a zombie virus outbreak that focuses on a struggle of a group of passengers on a train bound for New York.
Interesting. I got to see the first one. It's on Netflix, I believe.
Yeah.
So I'll have to check it out. All right, Mark, we got to wrap it up. This has been a long show.
Yeah, it always is, because it's the big one. We talk about everything that's going to be coming and all the stuff you need to look forward to. So if there's anything that we didn't mention that you're looking forward to, let us know.
Let us know in the comments, and we'll be back next week. We're going to be discussing the season 3 of Mythic Quest, amongst all the news that might happen between now and then.
Yes.
All right. So we got to wrap it up. Like us.
Wrapping it up.
Follow us. Subscribe to us. And we're on the YouTubes. We're on the Facebooks. And we'll be back next Tuesday with another edition of Geekonomics podcast. Mark, give us that beautiful send-off.
As always, be safe, be well, be kind.
And rewind.
Bye, everybody.